Hello everyone, this is Harsh and today we are going to learn what is comment, how to write the comment in Python. After that we will learn what is documentation string or doc string in Python and how to create the documentation string. Then we will learn how Python store the variable. After that we will learn what is literal in the Python and types of literal in the Python. After that we will learn what is constant in Python. And then we will learn what is identifiers and reserved words in Python. So if you are new to this channel, let's subscribe the channel to get more knowledge on Python. So without wasting time, now let's get started. What is comment? A comment is used to describe the features of program. When we write a program, we may write some statement or create a function or classes, right? All these things should be described using comments. When comments are written, not only ourselves but also any programmer can easily understand our program, right? It means comment increase readability of our program. This is highly needed when we are working on project. We should also remember that project development is not a single man task. It is a collective work from a team of professionals, right? Since a project is handled by several people, everyone in the project should be able to understand each and every program. This makes possible modifying and reusing of the programs. So writing comment will make our program clear to others, right? So now the question is how to write the comment. To write the comment we have to use hash symbol. Let's say I want to comment this line. So what we have to do? We have to use the hash symbol at the beginning of this statement. Like if we do this one, then it will become a comment. So now if we run, we will see address will not delete. Let's run. See, address is also there in the map. If we want multi-line comment, we can add a hash symbol to every line which we want to comment. But it is not good like we have to write each and every line the hash symbol. So for that we have some other way to write the comment. We can also write the comment using triple single quote or triple double quote. Let's say I want to comment this thing from here to here. So what we can do? Either we can start from triple single quote and end with triple single quote. So now all these lines are commented. Now let's see, we will not get this name and keys and value. You can see here keys and value we will not get. All this thing like type of this value of name from here to here we will not get anything because now it is commented. Let's run and see. Okay, we have to save first. Now let's run. See, we are not getting this type of and keys values, right? We are getting only this map data, right? But triple double quote or triple single quote are not actually a multi-line comment, but they are regular string with the exception that they can span multiple lines. That means memory will be allocated to these string internally. If these strings are not assigned to any variable, then they are removed from the memory by garbage collector. So these can be used as a comment. So what I mean to say, if I assign to this, like I want to say comment equal to this, then this value will be assigned to the comment. Let's see, I will print this comment variable, save it and then run it. You can see we are getting all the text, right? Because now all these things are as string and it is stored in the comment. But I will say comment 2 equal to, now I will assign this thing some text and I want to print this comment 2. Do you think it will print there is some text here? Let's see, I will save it. See, we are getting the error. This is not a kind of string, right? This is comment. But if you write something here in single double quote text, then it will print the text but not the some text, right? Let's see, save and run. See, we are getting text, not this some text, right? So then what is this? This is the normal string, but we are make use of this normal string as a comment. As this is a string, so it will allocate some memory, and as it will not store in some variable because we make use of it like a comment, so it will be garbage collector because we don't have reference to any variable for this string. If we write strings inside triple single quote or triple double quote, and if these strings are written as a first statement in a function, module, class or a method, then these strings are called documentation strings or docstring. These docstrings are useful to create an API documentation file from a Python program. A API documentation file is a text file or HTML file that contains description of all features of software, language, or a product. When a new software is created, it is duty of the developer to describe all the classes, modules, functions which are written in that software so that the user will be able to understand the software and use it in proper way. These descriptions are provided in the separate file either as a text file or an HTML file. So we can understand that the API documentation file is like a help file for the end user. Now let's see what I mean to say. Here I will create one new file. I will say lecture3.py. Now here I will write some method. We will learn what is the function in the later video. For now I will write some sample method here. So for that we have to use def. I will create one method called sum and it will take two arguments a, b, and then here I want to document this method. So what we have to use, we can use either triple single quote or triple double quote. I will use triple single quote. And here what I will say, this function takes two numbers and find their sum. Okay, and now I will print the sum, print a plus b. Okay, so as it is the first statement of method, so it will be a documentation for this. Okay, now I will save it. Let's run it. I will say lecture3.py. Nothing is printed, right? And we are not getting any error. Now I want to call this method sum and I will pass 10, 20. Now let's save it and then run it. We are getting 30, right? But we are not getting anything here. Now how to create the documentation file for it? For this we need a module named pydoc. To create the API documentation file, we have to use the pydoc module. Now let's see how to use that module. We'll say Python, and as you know how to use the module, so I am not going to explain again. -m, then module name, which is pydoc. Okay, and now -w, which indicates that an HTML file is to be created. And here I will say the file name as leg3. So it will create leg3 as a documentation file. Let's run. Now if you see here, we have leg3 HTML file created, right? Now let's see what is inside it. I will open in browser. Let's see. You can see here function name, and this is the description of this function, right? This function takes two numbers and find their sum. Same thing we are getting here with the function name and the argument. Okay, like this we can create the documentation file for any method using triple single quote or triple double quote by using pydoc module. How Python sees the variable? In another programming language like C# or Java or many other language, the concept of variable is connected to a memory location. In all the languages, a variable is imagined as a storage box which can be stored some value. Suppose we write a statement as a equal to 10. So some memory is allocated with the name a and there the value 10 will be stored. Here we can imagine the memory as a box that stores the value. In this way, for every variable we create, there will be a new box created with the variable name or store the value. If we change the value of variable, then the box will be updated with the new value. Okay, when we assign one variable to another variable, a new memory box is created by the name of another variable, and the value of the variable of the first is copied to that newly created box or new memory location. This is how the variable is visualized in other programming language. But in Python, a variable is seen as a tag or a name that tied to some value. Like if we assign a equal to 1, means the value a is created first in the memory and then a tag by the name a is created to show that value. Python considered the value as an object. If we change the value of a to a new value, then the tag is simply changed to the new value. So the value 1 becomes unreferenced object. It is removed by garbage collector. Assigning one variable to another variable makes a new tag bound to the same value. For example, if we assign b equal to a, then we are storing a value into b. A new tag b will be created that refer to same value. Let's understand that while other languages have variable, Python has tags to represent the value. It means Python using memory efficiently. This is the actual way of understanding Python variable. Okay, now let's see what is literals in Python. A literal is a constant value that is stored into a variable in a program. If I will store some value to a, like a equal to 10, here a is variable into which the constant value 10 is stored, right? So the value 10 is called literal. Since 10 indicates integer value, so it is called integer literal. There are different types of literals, like we have numeric literals, boolean literals, and string literals. What is numeric literals? The literals which represent the number is called the numeric literals. We have different type of numeric literals, like we have integer literal, float literal, hexadecimal literal, octal literal, binary literal, and complex literal. These comes under numeric literals. What is boolean literal? When we specify any value true or false or boolean value, it is boolean literal. And string literal, if we define or if we assign any string value to the variable, that value is called string literal. If you remember, I have created multiple type of literal here. If you see a equal to 10, it is of type integer literal. Okay, this is of type complex literal. So it is of type string literal. Here I have used triple single quote to separate the line, right? But if we want to separate the line with single quote, that also we can do. How to do that? So now if we want without triple single quote, we want new line, that we can achieve using backslash and n. Means we can expand our string more than one line by adding backslash, which will join the next string to it, and then we have to use n, means backslash n. This is called escape character. So let's see how to do that. I will remove these two, and here I will use slash, backslash, and here also I will remove this and save it, and I will keep in single line. Okay, now if we run this, then it will display in multiple line. Like in first line it will show Python tutorial, and in second line it will show welcome. Okay, now let's see. You can see here Python tutorial welcome. Like this also we can display our string in multiple line. So wherever we want new line, we can use slash n. It is called escape character. We have multiple escape character, like we have slash b for backspace, we have slash t for horizontal tab, we have slash v for vertical tab. As string is a collection of or group of a character, so we can also think that we have character data type in Python. As I told, string is a group of character, so we can think c equal to, if we say c, then it is of type character, right? But let's see what is the type of c. So I will print the type. If you don't know how to get the type, you should watch my data type video. I want to show the type of c. Let's save it and let's run it. You can see it is of type str, means we don't have character type in Python. You can also think if you use single quote, it will be of type character. Let's see, this is also string, right? So we don't have character type in Python. Now we will see what is constant. A constant is similar to the variable, but its value can't be modified, or we can't change the value of this constant. We know that the variable value can be changed whenever we require, but that is not possible for constant. Once defined, a constant can't allow changing its value. For example, if we use pi, means this value is constant, we always have 22/7, which can't be changed, right? So it is called constant. Programming language like C, Sharp or Java, we can define the constant. Means it is possible to define the constant in C Sharp or Java, right? But in Python, that is not possible. A programmer can indicate a variable as a constant by writing its name in all capital letters. Like if we want to write a constant for maximum value, we can use all the capital letters like this, max and underscore, then value equal to 100. If we want to indicate any value as constant, we can write like this, but in Python we can't define the constant. Now we will see what is identified and reserved word. An identifier is a name that is given to a variable or a function or a class. Identifiers can include letters, numbers, and underscore character. It should always start with non-numeric character. Special symbol like question mark, hash, dollar, percent, and at the rate are not allowed in identifiers. So if we write like this question marks, what it is not allowed. You can see there is an error, right? We can't write like this also. Okay, but we can write like this underscore and then I will say name equal to hers. Like that we can say. Okay, now let's print this name. Save it and then run it. You can see did not get any error. Python is a case sensitive programming language. It means the capital letter and small letter are identified separately by the Python. Okay, so like I want to make a variable a equal to 10 and I will say capital A equal to 10 or 11 and I want to print the value of a. I will use small a and then I will use capital A. So as it is case sensitive, it will print two different values, like for small a it will print 10 and for capital it will print 11. Okay, now let's save and see 10 and 11. We should always remember this thing while writing any variable. It is case sensitive, so we have to take care of this whenever we are defining any variable. What is reserved word? Reserved words are words that are already reserved for some particular purpose in the Python language. The name of these reserved words should not be used as identifier. We have many reserved words in Python, like we have if, or, try, and, del, else. So if we want to use if as a variable, and you see here we are getting the error here, expected expression, right? This is the error. Now we can also try to print the value of this a. So I will remove this and I will print if. Okay, which is not allowed because it is reserved word. So we can't use reserved word for like defining the variable or defining the method, otherwise we will get the error here. You can see the red wavy line, right? Now let's try to run it. See, syntax error, invalid syntax, right? So we can't use reserved word. I hope you learn what is comment, how to write the comment, and also you have learned how to create the documentation string, and then you learn what is literal, types of literals, and what is constant, and what is identifier, and then you finally learn what is reserved word. If you found this video helpful, let's share with your friends.